What up, what up, what up? Yo, hope everybody's having a great start to their week. I am going to make this dumb quick, unless there are any questions, because I have to go pick up my wife. So I'm on a bit of a time crunch today, but we are still going to have a conversation about business casual style. And I wanted to talk to you today about the quickest way for you to build your wardrobe. So I'm not going to try to be clever and create hooks and all these other different types of things. The best way for you to quickly build your business casual style is with a capsule collection. Now, this is what I've done for at least 100 guys recently, as I've really gotten into this capsule mindset. And there's a great guy who does it. Dan Trepania of Articles of Style has had this concept for his brand, which I think is a very clever way for him to showcase his abilities and to create something that is very simple and streamlined for his customer base. So listen, good artists borrow, great artists steal. I stole the concept that I then created a customized version for, right? And so the best way for you to build a business casual wardrobe is to encapsulate it, and to create a capsule. So I always say like encapsulate your ensemble, right? For your personality, but mostly for your movements. If you've been rocking with me for a little while, and even if you haven't, you should know that men are creatures of habit. Taylor, Mom, what's going on, bro? So we're going to do the same things over and over again. And again, if you guys have questions, ask them quick because I'm only going to be on here about 15 minutes, right? I got to get going in a second. So ask your questions if you have them. I apologize that it's quick, but maybe you guys like that. So if you like a quick tip type of situation, let me know and we'll have that conversation. So when you have a capsule wardrobe, essentially what will happen is you will then encapsulate your movements. Men are creatures of habit. So we're going to the same places, doing a lot of the same things over and over and over again. Um, and because of that, you need to dress for four occasions typically. And that's going to be your professional, your social, your leisure, and your romantic. So let's just break these quickly down so that you can see how you can leverage that for a dope capsule wardrobe. And you'll start to realize by the end of this that it doesn't really require a lot of pieces. And so that will allow for you to make a better investment initially so that you can have a longer lifespan for your style. So first, professional. If we're thinking professional, it's your job, but it also may be the different networks that you may find yourself in. So it may not just be you going to work. It may be you going to a networking event. It may be you traveling for work. There's all these other different things that may come into play in that space. And so don't just reduce your wardrobe to I go to a place that is overly casual, so I can just throw on a polo and some khakis and I'm fine, right? If even if that's the case, find a way to slightly elevate your look. So one tip that I always give guys is throw on a jacket, not necessarily a blazer. One of my recent clients that I had the pleasure of working with on his wardrobe, he had a safari jacket. And right now, there's a great Wall Street Journal article about talking about why wealthy men or what the wealthy man's jacket looks like. And it is not a blazer. We're moving into spaces of Nehru collars, of hacking jackets, of chore coats. So because we moved into this casual space, we're still finding that men still want to throw on a jacket. They just may not want to dress it up. So if you're in an overly casual working environment, then you can make your jacket more casual and dress it up by, again, having that safari jacket or a dressier short coat on when you're wearing it. And then we're going to move to your social. So networking can still be social here in Atlanta. If you are networking past 8:30, it is no longer a networking event. It is now a social. And the same young ladies that a man may have been talking to for business opportunity, he's talking to them so that he can get their number, right? That's just how it goes. My man Taylor Moon said, I love my chore jackets. And Taylor Moon also makes some chore jackets, so check him out as well. TaylorMoon.com. And so when it comes to your socializing events, This is where you're going to probably frequent your sports bars, your cigar lounges, your clubs, if you're still into that, your dive bars, your day parties, right? These are places that you're going to frequent. If that's the case, you're probably going to find the same types of people frequently seeing you. A lot of guys make the mistake of thinking that they need to switch up everything that they're doing so that they always got something fresh when they step out. The problem when you do that though is that when you are trying to constantly recreate your look, it creates incongruency and inconsistency. So if you come out, for instance, in the same safari jacket or the chore jacket, right? But let's say it's a navy blue, something that's understated, easily duplicatable, right? And so one day you throw on a t-shirt, navy with the navy chore jacket, great pair of white jeans, and a dope pair of loafers. The next time you come in a polo with the chore jacket, a great pair of chinos, and some deck shoes. The third time you come, you have a denim chambray shirt on with your safari jacket, and then you did some cargo trousers and some sneakers. Well, they just got three completely unique looks that you can then leverage to create consistency. So then when you're talking to the young ladies, they'll be like, man, he always looks good. He always puts these looks together well. Notice I didn't talk about any colors. I didn't talk about textures. I didn't talk about accessories, pocket squares, your rings, watches, any of those different types of things. So when you put those things on, you may totally recreate an entirely different vibe, an entirely different look with that social experience, right? So you want to have the consistency so that people start to associate you with stuff. This is how you create a signature style. And especially when it comes to business casual, when we talk about personal branding, which is a longer conversation, a bigger conversation after we really have solidified your business casual wardrobe, these are things that you want to pay attention to. So we have your professional, we have your social, and now we have your leisure. Now your leisure is going to be when you're hanging out or when you are doing pastimes or activities that you enjoy doing. For some of you guys, it's going to be working out. For some of you guys, that is going to be hiking or active experiences. And for some of you guys, it's going to be just relaxing. Some of you guys may get into painting or clay or any of those different types of artistic elements. Some of you guys may even get into gardening, right? In those spaces, I don't want you to think about the direct things that you're going to be doing. For instance, if you are a person who enjoys gardening, or maybe you like working on your car, you're not going to be dressed up doing that, right? You get a dope set of coveralls. That's what I'm doing. But you're not going to need something for the actual work. If you're going to work out, again, I work out in basketball shorts. Yes, I got basketball shorts. For some reason, people didn't believe me when I said that, right? T-shirts, and I'll throw on my sneakers to work out in. What I want you to think about is the post things. So when you're going to gardeners that you found on Facebook groups, right? And you guys are going out to meet. If you're going to a book club, if you are finishing working out and you are going to hang out at the juice bar with folks and have some conversations or engage, that's where you want to have something that is still going to look good for that transitory space. And this is for guys who go to 24-hour fitness. I don't know if Planet Fitness has this, but most places will have like a shower. So this is after you worked out, throwing on your pieces, and then you're stepping out for the moment. You want to have those opportunities. And then of course romantic, whether you are seducing, romancing, or going on those first dates, you want to have something that makes you feel seductive, makes you feel sexual, makes you feel attractive. And so especially for these guys who are going on the first dates, why wouldn't you want to have something that consistently puts you in good vibes, good moods, good energy, right? After that second thing, after that second date, not the thing, then you're just rotating these experiences and these outfits. And she'll become much more attracted to you because of your consistency and how you're showing up in those spaces, right? So now let's look at this practically. If you are a guy who is, let's take one of my homies, right? Hope you don't mind. This guy's in tech. he can work from home or do hybrid positions, right? So he doesn't, his office looks don't have to be super dressed up, super dressed down. He can remain very relaxed for the most part. He can come in t-shirt, jeans, and sneakers if he wants to. He hangs out, wine, will go to parties, but is not a frequent partier. And his pastimes are clothing and just relaxing kind of at home with his friends. And he's a very introverted person, not shy, just introverted. And then for his romantic interests, he's married. And so that's who he needs to attract. Make no mistake though, even guys who are married, myself included, we still want to know that we are attractive, right? We don't want to just let it go. We work out not so that we can get anybody else's attention per se, but because we still want to make sure that we still got it, right? Not on some egotistical type ish, but not so that we can run up on chicks and try to holler and do all those other different types of things. I have no interest in doing that. My wife is definitely enough for me. It is good to know or to see a young lady who kind of gives you the up and down. You be like, you know what I'm saying? I'll be like, bow out, like married. You know what I'm saying? But that's me. So if that's the case, then you want to be in a mind frame for that. Listen, sometimes you maybe want to put your lady in the mood to get something. It can't just be about the fragrance. It can't just be that you worked out. Like throw on something that creates some seduction. Create an experience for her. Take her out to a great restaurant. Have some candles ready to be lit when y'all get back home so they can get lit later on. That's how those things can happen. And so when we start thinking about how the processes happen, let's just go through a quick look. So when I'm talking to most of my clients, we'll talk usually about 3 jackets, 5 to 10 shirts, 3 pairs of trousers, 3 or 4 pairs of trousers, and about 3 to 4 pair of shoes. If you can do that, then you'll have almost a half year's worth of looks, right? For the ease of this conversation, let's say we did 2 jackets, 5 shirts, 2 trousers, and 3 pairs of shoes, right? So that's 60 looks. That's 2 months worth of looks, right? So you have the guy who works in tech, married, relaxed, casual, introverted type of dude who likes to network but is not really trying to be in the mix like that. Well, we could put him in a great safari jacket instead of a blazer. Now he would still wear a blazer, but great safari jacket and then a great chore jacket, right? So those would be my 2 looks. And when I'm working with my clients or when I'm doing snapshots of style, if you're ever interested in a snapshot of style, you can just DM me or email me, not DM me, at info@style architects right now, and we'll get you squared away. Then what we would talk about is colors. We would talk about the types of structure and the type of length and construction that you need to pay attention to for your jacket. But for time's sake, I'm going to just keep it general. It's dark colored jacket, dark color, 2 dark colored jackets. Then from there we did a popover. If you don't know what a popover is, we'll talk about it in another upcoming video actually. But it's essentially a polo that's a little dressier. So we do 2 polos, we do 2 button ups, and then like a tee. I'm not really a guy who pushes tees, like right, unless they're nautical or there's something interesting with it. So then you have your 5 shirts, 2 jackets, right? 10 looks. And then we add a chino, a jean. I'm not a big jean wearer, but we add a jean and then a pair of trousers and then a pair of sneakers, a pair of loafers, and then you could have a pair of lace ups or you could add another style, right? I wouldn't take it any dressier than a derby shoe when we're thinking about those things. So you could also have a boot, a desert boot, any of those different types of elements. So now, if you think about it, let's just run through four looks for 4 situations. He's in a professional space. He doesn't want to be overly dressed down, and so he chooses to dress up. He throws on the safari jacket with the popover shirt. Let's say it's white. A great pair of the chinos because he doesn't want to be overly dressed up, and then throws on a pair of the loafers. If he's going out to network or to socialize, he throws on the chore jacket. He then pairs that with the t-shirt and or the button down, depending on how dressy he wants to look, and the chinos or the trousers, depending on how dressy he wants to look. And they can either add the sneaker or the derby when he's putting it on, the blue chew. So then you have the leisure, hanging out. Well, if that's the case, probably gonna throw on the chore jacket, throw on the tee, throw on the jeans, and then throw on the sneakers, and he's ready to operate or hang out in any one of those different types of situations. Then, lastly, if we're thinking about romantic, well, now I want to kind of create a mood. I want to set the tone and set the scene. So I'm gonna throw on the safari jacket. I'm gonna dress it up with the button-up shirt, right? Depending on which color and texture that we're working with. And then I'm gonna throw on a great pair of slacks and a great pair of loafers to show my lady that I'm making an effort for her and that I'm intentional. Maybe your lady's a little bit more relaxed. If that's the case, you throw on the chore jacket, you throw on the great t-shirt, a great pair of jeans, and the sneakers, right? To make her feel comfortable and to not overdress in those situations. So if that's the case, then now you can keep on revamping or revising those looks until they show up or help you show up as the best version of yourself. And once you get comfortable within this space over 60 days, now you have touch points that you say, this really, really worked for me. I know I could wear these 3 to 10 other looks, but this is the thing I really like to hone in on. And then you start building on that. So what we always work on is capsules. We first start with your essentials capsule. This is your foundational wardrobe, and then we build on it. We may then build on your interest capsule wardrobe. Then we may build on your traveling capsule wardrobe, your relaxation, your R&R wardrobe, and then we talk about your seasonal wardrobe. And this can change just depending on the different type of client that I'm working with. But you start to realize all of these elements are building on one another because they all work together. And when you understand your body, your silhouette, your scale, and your size, then you start understanding your color schemes and which colors are going to work best for you as foundational colors, all the way to your extension colors and the colors that you can begin to commingle in casual wear. And you understand which brands or which styles are going to work best for you. Now you're showing up and showing out in style always, and it's consistent, and people are going to feel more confident working or engaging with you. But more importantly, you're going to feel more confident in yourself. So, like I said, this is going to be quick. I went over. It was 18 minutes, but I wanted to make sure that you had this opportunity to try this on and see how it fits you. This week's video, I apologize. I've been trying to get some stuff in order, but I will be dropping a video by Friday, and I'm going to start dropping videos on Saturday for your shape and understanding your body shape. This is going to be a little bit different from any of the other videos that you've seen on YouTube because there's some components that I want guys to really be aware of. So I want you to try this on, see how it fits you. If it fits you well, dope. If it doesn't, right in the dressing room, you leave it right here where it is. But I am your business casual consultant, and I will see you next week. I'll definitely have more time next week. All right, peace.